What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is The Expanse, Season 5, Episode 6? We only have 10 episodes left of the whole show?
Stop it.
After this. If you want the full interaction, go to patreon.com/nerdynightly. But if you don't, stay here, because we're going to go see what hell hath wrought upon Earth and the stars. Oh my god, this show is stressing me out. Bye, Alex.
We're
it was nice knowing you.
gonna make it.
Hey, New York made it. That's shocking. Considering the rock hit Philadelphia, like, it's only an hour drive.
I'm the new acting Secretary General.
Oh.
It's my first time off planet, I'm embarrassed to say.
You'll get the hang of it soon enough.
The distance.
What?
The distance in the shot is...
Yeah.
Saw the Hongsu Tower collapse. From the air, I saw half of Midtown underwater.
Oh, it's bad.
Your husband teaches at Columbia, doesn't he? Have you heard from him?
The only reason I got into Parliament is because I thought the person running the local transit authority was an idiot, and I thought I could do a much better job.
I love him already.
I'll be with you in a moment, Secretary General.
I know you're going through a lot, Christian, but you're kind of the only person that we could use
Literally.
right now. It's sort of like, you know, oh, the whole Justice League's gone and Superman's sad about it, but we need Superman.
Yeah, because no one's gonna get the Joker out of jail.
What?
What's his face out of jail? What?
I have no idea.
The guy is from season 1.
Of what?
This show.
The Joker.
The only other guy who's like...
Aaron Wright.
Aaron Wright, yeah.
I would made a DC reference and then you said the Joker, and I was like, why would Superman get the Joker out of...
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope he was at Columbia, because at least if he's at Columbia, he's probably okay.
Oh, okay.
Columbia is much higher up, so it wouldn't have flooded.
Mm.
Jesus Christ. Is this Holden's family's farm in Montana? Brought to you by Amazon.
This is Amazon Prime.
Sign up for Prime Video and you can have drones deliver packages to your house. Oh, is this where Amos and Clarissa have ended up?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I don't want to go back to prison.
Oh, there's no prison to go back to. They'll probably just shoot you.
I don't want that either.
You up for that?
I'll make it.
They're gonna need
The Expanse,
cats.
Season 5, The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Come on, Ellie. I'm gonna get this woman to...
Oh, boy.
I would play a video game that's like The Last of Us, but Amos is the main character.
Aye, aye, Captain.
How does he trust any of them? You know? That guy maybe, but everyone else.
So if you want me off this ship, you're gonna have to drag me.
You got it.
Could be more Naro scoons running around on Tycho. I'd rather take my chances here.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
They want her dead, like...
Maneuvers before.
On this ship. When we were the first people to go through the ring and survive.
Tee.
She's like, I've been here.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah.
On this ship.
Yeah.
That's such a great line.
All right. They fixed it.
I mean, it's Naomi's code,
But
right?
he'll be needing
Holden
it
probably knows better.
Okay.
God, Stephen Strait is jacked this season. That's how I want to look in a t-shirt. Dude, you look good.
Yeah.
Monica Stewart is authorized for ship systems guest access privileges only.
I love that she has a profile picture.
That's cool.
I know. I love these decals that are like the like apes turning into human, but it's the no, fuck. Oh, it's so bad. Because they're gonna be fucking like out, right?
Oh no, Bobby doesn't pass out. She doesn't sleep.
I don't know. That was a pretty
Bobby
big...
is conscious 24 hours
she
a
might
day.
be in a Martian fucking suit.
Yeah, exactly.
They open the door and fucking Master Chief steps out.
Yeah. Why not? Oh, a lightsaber.
I guess why would you need to lock a spaceship in space?
Oh, got him.
Oh, they've got a whole strategy. Let's go, team. Sure, Captain America held a fucking helicopter. But Bobby held two spaceships together in space. She's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh no!
No!
I'm coming! That is a leap of faith if I have ever seen one.
Jesus.
What a cool fucking scene. I love this show.
God.
Emergency startup. Go!
Bobby's fine.
We did it! Suck on that, motherfuckers!
What kind of a grenade was that?
I don't know. I like that side of Alex.
You will show her mercy.
I'll keep her in herself.
After what she nearly did
Never have to see her again, I
You
swear.
will do what I tell you to.
Doing yourself!
He's about to get spaced.
I asked you.
Spare her life. Please.
There's hope. He's still a war criminal, but there's hope.
I think that if you do want it done, next time ask me.
I don't have morals.
You ended millions of ordinary lives. You haven't felt the price of it yet, but someday you will.
Yeah.
He loves me.
He loves himself.
But you don't know anything about him.
I know he wouldn't die for you, but he would let you die for him.
Fucking checkmate, Philip. You ever watched someone lose an argument that hard before?
Woof.
It's been around almost 150 years.
Those flags would provide no warmth.
Nothing. They're better than nothing, but they're still nothing.
If they're vinyl, they wouldn't. They would just...
Burning through the last of the implant blocking agents. It's making my muscles cramp.
You sure?
No?
I can't believe they're making me like her.
How dare.
I hated her. It's good writing.
Mm-hmm.
Schrodinger's parent.
Who?
I'm not surprised Amos doesn't know that.
No.
You want some?
No, you go ahead.
Amos survives on grit alone.
Grits. He's from the South.
No, Baltimore's not the South.
I'm teasing.
I don't mean to make light. I'm sure she's a really good person.
She lived like she was.
What does that mean?
Oh, her toes are probably fucked.
There are ways that you can live a good life without being a good person.
I like that.
I needed to hear that.
I know those boots would keep your toes warm, but have you ever actually tried hiking in boots that are like 6 sizes too large? Because it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Man, they might fit her. She might have big feet.
Maybe.
That guy might have had small feet.
Maybe.
Pretty sure that's his son, but I get your point.
There's a guy that's fenced off a couple acres and he's offering to shoot anyone who comes too close. One of these ended times, fellas.
It's Bill.
Thank you. We'll keep an eye out.
Huh.
Now we get a long flashback episode about 2 gay men in love.
Yeah, right.
The thing about civilization is it keeps you civil. Get rid of one, you can't count on the other. I grew up like this. Everyone else is playing catch up.
God damn it.
We'll go this way.
Towards the crazy asshole who's shooting people?
Yep.
Amos is like, I feel safer among my people.
Yeah, he's like, I know how to deal with that.
That's less complicated.
Yeah.
We cannot let her do anything rash.
I know.
Good
She
luck.
won't.
Molecules are complicated. People can get together behind your back and make decisions for you.
It's a good question. But so much for shooting our way out.
Yeah. You're kind of stuck in the meeting now.
Yeah.
Give me your weapon. Your temper precedes you.
Your temper precedes you. Yeah, it does. They kind of have to join up, right? They don't really have an option here.
Yeah.
There's no other play. This is so complicated because members of the Belt are just going to become embroiled in him too much because they just don't have a choice, right?
Yeah.
For a war you started.
For a war I won.
Is it over? I must have missed the inner's offer of surrender.
I knew there was a reason I liked you.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I committed us to a future of our own. On our own terms.
On your terms.
Yep.
Make a decision. And do it quickly. We won't be staying here long.
He's very good.
I know. I hate it. I hope they find out Naomi's on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the comments about that she was pregnant, like 8 months pregnant for filming and stuff?
Oh, at the end of the season, right?
Oh, I thought it was like...
By the end of the season, she was 8 months pregnant?
I mean, so I guess throughout the whole season.
Yeah. Crazy. Which means she was probably... I mean, like, 10 episodes? They probably filmed in 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Crazy.
You sure this is a good idea?
We won't go over the fence.
You go around.
I would love if Amos is like, I know this guy.
Could you imagine?
I know all the crazies near Baltimore.
Stay in.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe. I feel like 90% of our reactions are me trying to just make you laugh.
Not 90.
If anything goes bad,
95. You're right.
run.
My leg doesn't work.
Her arm is broken. Her leg is fine.
No, her leg just cramped, which is why she'd sit down.
You can run with cramps.
Throw down your weapons.
I don't have any weapons. That's why I'm here.
Strip then.
What?
Once he takes his pants off, he's gonna be like, you got a weapon right there.
I got 2 weapons right here.
The writers knew what they were providing for the audience. God damn, Wes. I'm guessing the sun was a fib.
I mean, yeah, there was like ice on that rifle.
God, that implant fucking goes hard. He's so soft. Sometimes. Then he's hard. I don't know why I leaned in as if I'm going to hear better by turning my ear.
Marco says it's a choice. And we are all acting like that's true. But it's not.
The twink is right.
My son. This is Kamina drama.
Friend of your mom's.
And a good friend of your mother.
Hey!
Is there anything you'd like me to tell your mother?
There's no need. I can tell.
There's the ball, and oh, that's a fumble.
God. You have to remember, he's a kid.
Yeah, it's just wow. You'd think that Marco.
I don't understand what's going on, but I can tell her she's upstairs.
You would think Marco would be like, Philip, don't let them know. Yeah. But
Well, and the whole conversation, he's like, you go tell Naomi when you... And Philip's like, sorry, I didn't catch that.
Well, you can tell her now. Tell her right now.
He rolled an insight check and he failed.
Yeah, he fucked up. In a way that matters a lot.
Yeah. Oh my god, these cells would be murder for me.
Why?
Because
you're too long.
Literally am longer than the length of that room.
Mm-hmm.
That's smaller than the room we had on the ship.
Barely.
It wasn't me alone. It took every one of us working together.
Fuck. He's gonna get jealous.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what that means.
I have no idea either.
Okay.
So, by being like tributed into Carmina's crew, does she join the polycule? Or is there...
If she wants, probably.
Did we win?
Did we win? I wonder if the guy they took the jacket from was shot here and got away to there. And that's where he actually died from the wounds.
Yeah, they didn't show how he died.
You okay?
You keep asking me that.
You've passed up multiple times in the last 24 hours and your arm is broken. So, yeah. You've nearly died of my arms twice today.
Yeah, pretty much. They're useful in the moment. It's the moments after that suck.
That's a shitty design. Let me see.
Oh. On the thumb bone, too. That's a rough break.
I'm not gonna let anything hurt you.
Thanks.
She should have said, I just saved your ass.
Because a killer is a monster, and monsters aren't afraid.
That's profound.
Amos is like, I don't feel fear.
Oh, that is so true.
Holden never would have approved a move like that. I need to get back to my crew.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's
Wow,
really
that
gonna...
hurt.
Yeah.
That really sucked. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I do fucking love, though, that Amos views the Rosi as this, like he doesn't want to be amoral, but he can't do it on his own, and he views his crew as the, like, grounding rods for that.
Yeah.
When he finds out about Naomi, fuck. Just gonna go down.
Oh, that she's gone? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This season is truly, truly unbelievable.
Yeah.
What a fucking episode of television.
Yeah.
I
I
love
think
that.
I think it's my favorite so far, which is interesting because, like, I actually my favorite parts about this show overall are the fantastical elements. You know what I mean? With the protomolecule and the creative usages of it, and like the fantasy elements of the show.
You do like fantasy?
Yeah, like that is just what I gravitate towards. I don't read books if there's no magic in them, usually. Like I can't. But this season might be my favorite, even though there's none of that. Like, and that's why I think I like last season better than you do, because for me, my favorite parts of it were the creativeness around the ancient civilization, the protomolecule, and how things like functioned, and like what would happen next, and like the but this is just so well constructed.
I think that I don't like the fantasy elements as much,
Yeah.
which is evidenced by me being like, explain what the protomolecule is for 3 seasons, and being kind of, as much as I love those first 3 seasons, and I do, because of the human element, I actually found the protomolecule to be a detriment sometimes, because I was sitting there being like, but why is it different this time? I don't know.
Well, and I think for you, and I don't, correct me if I'm wrong, it's like it's kind of speaking for you, but as an outside observation, like in something like One Piece where it's magical and it's fun and like it's wild in its elements. It's so different from The Expanse where everything else feels so real. All of the science is so specific that then when you have the protomolecule beside that thing, it is, I think, maybe more jarring in a package like that. With those two side by side,
there's definitely that element. I think that when you tell me that the human beings are studying it and they are manipulating it to do things, then I would like to know what the rules are. Like if you tell me, if you eat this fruit, which is what One Piece is, right? If you eat this fruit, you get superpowers. Don't know why. I go, oh, okay. Nobody knows why. Cool. But when you start telling me like, oh, these scientists have manipulated the protomolecule to do this, and these ones have manipulated it to do something completely different.
Yeah.
Then that tells me that there's an understanding of it within the characters on the show that isn't conveyed to me. And so I'm going, okay, but why is it a disease or a creature, right? Like, and so for me, like the looseness of the rules in those seasons was a limiting factor for me. But the show is so good that it didn't limit very much. I don't really care about, like when I go back to season 1, 2, 3, my issue with season 4, and it's a issue that has been mostly just discarded in season 5, is that a lot of those plot lines I didn't really understand why they mattered, and it's because they didn't, right? Like season 4 ultimately is mostly meaningless to the framework of the show.
I don't believe that at all.
I mean, Bobby has completely dropped everything from season 4. Nothing that Bobby did in season 4 really matters to Bobby's narrative.
Well, that's not true. She's now working with Avasarala because of the events that like led her to that moment.
Sure, she got like information from that, but Bobby's decisions to become a criminal have no impact on her because she came into season 5 and was like, oh, I'm a completely moral character who cares about being the moral version of a Martian again, when she didn't in season 4.
But all of that information she learned is relevant to what's happening with her character now.
Yes, and I did have a problem with her learning the information. My problem was with the way she was behaving, and I thought that for a character who seemed to be like, I'm the moral Martian for 3 seasons, and then in season 4 isn't, and then in season 5 is again, they dropped the things that I didn't like about her character in season 4 completely. Like, her being a criminal for a season and helping these bad guys has not come up this season at all.
Right.
And I think that was a smart choice because I don't think it worked very well.
Okay.
The political storyline in season 4, didn't really think it was very strong.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a little bit too ham-fisted and a little bit too like, these are the obvious issues between these two political parties and ups and downs, and she loses. This season, that political storyline doesn't matter. Didn't matter at all. It just meant that Nancy Gao was in charge and Avasarala wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
But the like, and Arjun and Avasarala are
Not
at
together.
odds.
Yeah.
But like the weight of that storyline, I didn't think was very strong because the show never really got to the heart of what would be fundamentally different about a Nancy Gao presidency,
Mm-hmm.
and the show, it's because the show didn't have time for that to matter. Nancy Gao's gone, and the show is not about what we will never see what her not presidency but what her secretary generalship would have brought about for humanity,
Mm-hmm.
because it is never going to happen.
Yeah.
And so those storylines felt a little bit weird because I didn't really feel where they were going.
Mm-hmm.
And then in season 5, they're not going anywhere because those characters are both on completely different plot lines.
Right.
And then I found Murtry to be kind of a mustache twirling, like generically evil villain
Mm-hmm.
in a way that Marcos Inaros isn't, right? The depth of Marcos Inaros' conviction of his own beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
I really understand why he is willing to kill for what he believes in.
Yeah.
In a way that I felt like Murtry was just doing evil shit to be the most evil character on the show.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
When he was like, we sent our last escape pod to go kill your people, I was like, but why though? Like, you don't know that you're going to be okay yet. Why are you wasting resources to be evil?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Inaros on the flip side of that is way more evil than Murtry is. But I totally buy into the conviction of his beliefs and his reasonings for his actions. Seems smarter. Like, I was like, of course Murtry failed in the end. His plan was fucking terrible. And the character, I understand why the characters around Inaros are following him in a way I never did with Murtry.
Right.
Right? Like the build out of why there is legitimate pushback in Inaros' men, right? And we see that from the old guy who's like, no, this is a step too far, in a way that humanizes the crew around Inaros.
Yeah.
And I think is so well done. He's scarier and creepier because he's not just like, well, I'm going to get a bigger payday if I'm a worse person.
Yeah.
Which is just not the strongest motivation, in my opinion. Also, Inaros is kind of hiding some of what he's doing, whereas Murtry was like, I'm evil, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Look at me, I'm a big bad man being big bad all the time, and nobody's killing me for some reason. And so I think the strength of the season for me and what I like about it is back to what I really liked about season 3.
Yeah.
And what I thought was really strong about the first half of season 3 and the last few episodes, I thought the trimming they had to do with the book that was the beginning of the second half of season 3, like we talked about then, wasn't my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Cutting a lot of Clarissa Mao's early storyline, I think, is disappointing. I would have liked to have seen that, especially with how important she is now.
Yeah, I'm surprised, honestly, like how much more interesting she is now and how like relevant she is to the story. Because I was like, she's not gonna come. Why would she come back? Why? And now I'm like, oh fuck.
But it's only making me wish that we had gotten that early stuff of hers from that people in the comics have told us is in the books, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish we'd gotten more of that. Because the commentary at the time in our comments was like, hey, yeah, I get why you feel this way about her, but in the books she's way more fleshed out leading up to this, so it makes more sense.
Yeah.
And I missed that, especially now, because I think the actress is fantastic.
Yeah.
Her relationship with Amos is really interesting, and the fact that they've flip-flopped, right? Whereas in season 3, she was the person who was taking things too far.
Yeah. And
Amos is the, like, justifiable force in their interactions.
Mm-hmm.
They are now in the opposite position of she killed the guy because she was her implant and she was dying, but she's the one looking back on it and going, oh my god, this was a mistake, I shouldn't have done this, maybe we're the bad guys. And Amos is the one who is the non-justifiable force.
Yeah, Amos is like, I need to get back to my crew.
Yeah.
This is not good.
And so I just think that in season 5 they have elevated the game, and unless the last 4 episodes of the season completely fall off, I think this will be my favorite season of the show, because it might be my favorite season of any TV show.
Yeah.
Like I put this up there with like season 4 of Game of Thrones right now for my enjoyment of it.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. I was like really worried, honestly, about as Philip as a character in that storyline, because I think it's really easy to fall into like tropes, especially with like the parental relationship. I like how it's playing out.
Yeah. He's a great actor.
And he seems young. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he seems like a 16, 17-year-old who is like, I gotta make my dad proud. You know what I mean? Like, I turned 16 and I joined the army because my dad wanted me to. And it's really well played out, but also keeping that, like, youthfulness of wanting to know more, of wanting to understand better, and going to Naomi in this episode and being like, what happened here?
Mm-hmm.
It was great. It's great.
I think for me, the biggest difference for me between season 4 and season 5 is that I think season 4's main plotline, the Illis plotline, is a lot of, and in this episode, this is what gets worse for our cast. But they don't ever interact with the problem because they can't until the very end of the season.
Yeah.
Our characters are always just responding to a big bad threat that keeps getting worse, and like the slugs show up, and it's like, and then the slugs show up. But the characters are never influencing the narrative of that season. Everyone is just responding to, but not really. Like, Holden never actually, once he starts it, which he starts it without knowing.
Sure,
the
but
events
then,
on
like,
that planet play
on...
out without, there's no like, and then they did this, and so the planet responds in this way.
Yeah, but also, like, I think if you're not counting... Miller.
Miller.
If you're not counting Miller as a character, then that's more true. But I think, like, if you're counting Miller as a character,
Miller disappears for 7 episodes.
Yeah.
Where it's just that, and then this gets worse, and then this gets worse,
Yeah.
and so this season is these characters are doing things that are affecting the narrative by their choices, as opposed to just always reacting to what has gotten worse about the next thing that's gone bad. And that to me is a much stronger version of storytelling. Some people like the and this is a taste thing, not a like quality thing. I'm not saying that season 4 is objectively worse. I'm saying that for what I like about a TV show and what I like about storytelling, season 5 is my fucking jam. And season 4 wasn't, just honestly, right?
Yeah.
It's still a much better season of TV than, it's kind of like Game of Thrones season 8 for me. I think it's better than Game of Thrones season 8, but I think Game of Thrones season 8 is still better television than most other TV shows, right? Season 4 of The Expanse is weaker than most other is weaker than I think the other seasons of The Expanse, but is still stronger than the majority of television that I've ever watched. Season 5 is just maybe my favorite season of TV I've ever watched in my life. Ever. So it's like we're comparing the best thing to like a really good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So it's not. When I'm talking about season 4, I'm not trying to hate on it. I'm trying to explain like the like minutia of difference between why is this S plus and that was like an A, right?
Yeah.
Maybe not an A. I mean, I think I'll give season 4 like a B plus.
Okay.
I don't think it was quite good enough to be an A.
Sure.
In my personal view, but it's still a B plus. You know what I mean? Like it's still like an 85.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. But this. I don't want to talk about season 4. I want to talk about season 5. Marco Naros, man. One of the great villains.
Yeah.
I would take him over any of the villains of the show. He's fucking Aaron Wright, Mao, anyone they faced. He is by far the most interesting character.
Yep.
Because he's not fucking wrong, right? Like he's just
so misguided.
But even that, it's like, I don't know. When he says they were just killing us slowly, that's right.
Sure, it's just he thinks he's like, I'm leading the boat to freedom. But it's like in that meeting they said, we don't actually have a choice. There's no freedom in this except for Marco Naros.
Sure, but at the same time, you can view him shooting the rocks as the opening salvo, but...
I don't know what that means.
Him throwing the rocks at Earth as being the opening salvo of this war.
What is an opening salvo?
Oh, it's like the first shot.
Okay.
A salvo is like when you have like cannons and they all shoot at the same time. That's a salvo.
Okay.
You can view this as the opening salvo, but Mao and by extension Aaron Wright, the leader of Earth, not really the second in command or whatever he was, they did poison the entirety of Eros and turn that into a weapon. So like that was ironically launched at Earth. The Belt isn't even the first people in this to launch a giant rocket at Earth, right? They aren't. And so, like, yes, you can view it as, like, they're killing us slowly, but they're also killing you really quick sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like Mao and Aaron Wright had a lot of fucking guilt over that.
Well, yeah, because they were terrible people.
Sure,
Like,
but they were the
because
leaders. They were the leaders of the Earthers.
Mao was
Yeah.
not. He was a rich dude.
No, he was the most rich dude who
Okay.
was using his position to manipulate the Earth government into allowing him to use belter bodies as a testing tool.
Yeah, sure. Rich dudes suck. Like that's not an elected government of like he doesn't
Yeah, but Aaron
represent
Wright was.
Earth.
But Aaron Wright was.
Yeah, sure. He also terrible dude.
I'm not saying he's not terrible, but I'm saying that
Did he get elected though?
Yes.
He did.
Well, I'm assuming. I don't know how. I honestly don't know how the Earth government works.
Okay.
So I don't know, but like it's not like
I just feel
Marco
like if the
Inaros
people
is
of
in a
Earth
position where
knew-
Earth have been very peaceful.
No, but that's why it's
they've
complicated.
been killing belters. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's complicated.
Yeah.
But it is complicated in a way that Marco Inaros is using to turn on its head to suit his own gains. It's like Naomi said. It
depends what
he
you view
is
as his
selfish.
gains, though. Sure,
he is
sure.
selfish.
Sure, he wants to be viewed as the hero. I get that, but at the same time, like the Earthers are the Eros incident is 100% Earth's fault.
Yeah.
Right? And so you get into this like the argument of like, yeah, but he's killed millions, and it's like, yeah, but the Earth killed 160,000 people in Eros. Like
It wasn't, or it was two asshole Earthers.
but Inaros is the same thing.
No, he is uniting the entire belt behind him. Like
Yes, because
but
they're
he's not
because
giving them a
they-
choice.
Right. And so what's important about that is that the Earthers
Mhm.
are going to view all of the belt because of his actions the way all of the belt views Earthers because of Eros. Like it is the same situation flipped on its head. The difference is that Earth was the legal authority. Because they are the bigger fish,
Mhm.
they are presenting themselves as being more moral and less of a unit than they are viewing the belt as, even though they've done the
Yes,
same thing.
But the difference is that when it came out that it's fucking Aaron Wright,
Mhm.
Aaron Wright went to jail. Marco Inaros is now the leader of the free fucking Navy. Because the belt is like, yeah, this guy. You know what I mean? Like those are different things. Because Earth was like, no, this is bad. We don't condone this. And now it looks bad because the belt, because Marco's not giving them a choice,
Mhm.
but the belt is like, yes, Marco Inaros is now our guy, right? Yeah. And so it's just, yeah, it's so fucked all around.
Oh, it's fucked all around. I'm not saying he's right. Like, I'm not saying that we should kill people, right?
Yeah,
That's
no,
not what I'm
no.
arguing for. I'm just saying that the vision of justice in this show is very complicated
Mhm.
in a way that I'm appreciating. I'm just appreciating the complication of the storytelling.
1,000%.
In that, like, yeah, I hate Marco Inaros, right?
Mhm.
I want them to stop him because I want death to stop. But at the same time, if I was a belter and I saw what happened on Eros and then I saw what he did to Earth, I'd be like, I mean, it seems like it was a kind of a tit for tat thing. I'm going to be on my team side because they're going to do another Eros to us. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't exactly feel safe with Earth being in control.
Us and them, bad.
Yeah, it's just interesting. I think that it's written really well to make the conflict not simple, and I
Yeah.
appreciate that. I appreciate the complicated narrative of this conflict, and
Yep.
I like, you know, I'm not like 100% on Earth's side. I'm just not. I'm not.
Yeah.
Even like 10% on Marcos' side. I'm just like, there's something in the middle there
Mhm.
that.
Earth is utterly incapable of taking care of its own citizens.
I mean,
so
that's
it's
true. But yeah, and like, you know, how do you even pay reparations to the belt? We can't figure out reparations here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. It's really well done, and all the actors are bringing bringing it, and in a way that is like genuinely like so cool.
Mhm. Yeah, I think honestly, like it's the root and like the seed of it all is this like belief in season 1 that, you know, everyone on Earth's just having a great time.
Yeah.
They're
Mhm.
super happy, super well off, doing super duper good. Where, you know, like in reality, some of those people like breaking rocks in the belt are no better off than like
Yeah.
the people.
They're
that
no
was-
worse off than some of the people on Earth.
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's wild.
Fucking humans, man.
Yeah, we're not the best at being the best, but we keep trying.
We keep telling ourselves we
I
are.
went to Pace University in New York City, and our school motto was working towards greatness. And the joke was that we never quite got there. But we're working towards it.
Yeah.
And I like to believe that because of art like The Expanse, humans think about these things and maybe try harder. But I don't know if that's true.
No, I'd love to think so.
I would love to think so. Maybe I'd be an optimist then. But instead, you can like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the dislike button, leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is...
Carmina.
Let's go with Carmina.
Yeah.
I fucking love her.
I know.
I just love her so much.
I know.
I hope that she's having a great life with her kid. If you want to follow us on the internet, you can. I'm at Nerdy Nightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
As always, y'all, do something nerdy tonight.
Bye.
Bye.